without further ado, she needs no introduction. I've known you for about 3 years now. We've been through a lot together, and I look up to you in many, many ways. And I would like you to kind of tell us a little bit about yourself and what when I was trying to explain your webinar to everything, to all of us and everything, like getting people to come to this and watch, the biggest thing that I was so excited about was it was all about like making money fast. And beyond that, I didn't know how else to explain it. So tell us a little bit about yourself and what you got for us. That part I'm very interested in, by the way.
I started actually, I've been in real estate since I graduated from college. But when I got into residential real estate, I had gone through a life event, and I was a stay-at-home mom, went through a divorce, and then at the time, residential real estate was like my only option. So I had to hustle hard with 3 little kids at home. And, I built a 6-figure business within 2 years. I had to dig myself out of foreclosure a couple times. And, the growth through that period of time is, I'm just looking back, I'm like super thankful that I went through all of that. And, I wouldn't be where I am now if it wasn't for that. But, so through that process, I became an agent for investors, and, it just kind of fell into my lap. My investors, I have a portfolio that they love to buy new construction and as buy and holds, and then we turn around and lease them. So I have done a ton of leases, and a lot of agents, I used to turn my nose up at leases, so I get it. But
I know, and like me too. And that's why I'm so interested in this topic.
Yeah, but you know that those leases have made my business go round. And so I've done over 65 leases. It would be more, but I started giving the tenant leads to my business partners. And just because a lot of them are new, and it was just, hey, here's to help you out. Because if you work them right, they turn into buyers. And so, yeah, just handing off that human connection to other people. And then I'm, on the listing side, a lot of the times I was on the tenant side. So I've learned a lot, and I have a system down. And what I noticed is there's a lot of agents on Facebook asking where, I need a side hustle. I need money. Where do you get leads? Where do you buy leads? All these questions. And so basically I'm just solving a problem. I don't market it enough because I'm still producing, and I still, I'm still a single mom. So I have kids and everything. So, but yeah.
But this is a brand new system that you're just starting to market, that you're sharing with us. So yeah, that's what's super
I just
cool.
wrote it. I had to learn the technology. I use ClickFunnels, and they host my course, and so much more. But, so learning all of that, writing the course, recording the course, I pretty much recorded from hey, this is what this is about. This is why I'm doing it. And then I teach you how to find tenants and how to find them quickly, and how to pre-qualify, how to show, when you're my tenant, when I'm representing you, you don't get to go see 100 homes. You get to see 5. And then you choose, because this is not a permanent residence. We are doing it. And then say they have a situation, like a lot of tenants do. I give you intro letters it's just like a template that you give your client, and they work off the template. This is why I have poor credit. This is why I have a pit bull. This is why, things that, would get denied by a landlord. It really helps paint a picture for the landlord on why they should accept that tenant. And then I go over the leasing, like the step-by-step process. I noticed that a lot of agents, including brokers, don't know the leasing process. And it's kind of a shit show. But you just have to go with the flow. But I do wish more brokers knew the process. It would make it a lot easier, but yeah. So it's a mini course. You can get through it in a morning when you're drinking your coffee, and it's a lot of information just packed into like a little mini course. So I think this is why you asked me to be on today is, so the people that are asking for side hustles, the people that are asking for leads, like you can literally go out and make 4 or 5 figures by June. Maybe not by June, but in June, you can go make some money. And in doing so, you're getting paid to fill your database. When you're going out and looking for tenants, you can actually find buyers that way too. So just focusing on the right things. I tell you what I would do if it were me. Like if I needed money next week, this is what I would do. And that I'll just tell you right now, like, and I've had other agents do this. They'll call me, like I'll be the listing agent on a lease, and I will have an agent, like a hustling new agent, call and say, if you don't want your tenant leads, can I have them? And me being when I'm in a position where I'm busy producing and I have buyers and sellers, that is super helpful. I'm like, yeah, you can. Thank you. And so when I get a sign call, I'm giving it to them. And so I just gave them human connection that they get to put in their database. They didn't have to pay for it. In fact, they're getting paid on it. And like that's, if you just call listing agents in your area and ask for that is the number one, that's gold right there. So that's number one. But I have 11 other ways that you can find tenants in my course, and you can use it to get buyers too. So yeah. You have any questions about that?
So what would you recommend in a market that doesn't utilize agents for the rental market? Like the landlords won't use agents. I mean, is there any way around that?
No, well, I would say just something that's a really good question. Something that just automatically comes to my mind is it's probably something like a for sale by owner. If you're going to put this much work into it, I would probably just go for sale by owners. But yeah, there's a lot of landlords that just post their homes on Zillow and they don't want to pay an agent. If you wanted to go for those, I would just provide a massive amount of value to that landlord and show why you're valuable, but ask them if you can market their listing and get tenants that way. Just kind of like you would like through a seller for buyers. So I would go ahead and just do that for buyers.
What's the advantage of doing that? What kind of money is there in doing that?
In doing, like, if you were to share a lease listing?
Yeah.
Well, you would want to make sure that landlord is going to pay you a commission if you're going to find tenants. But if you do share that listing, the chance that tenant is going to choose that specific listing anyway is probably slim. You could still get leads off of it and then show them other homes that are actually going to pay a commission. But yeah.
So like what you're doing is you're building up a database. So like these people are like, yeah, I would bring you, or I would pay you if you brought me a tenant. They're saying, yes, I'm open to it. So you have this database where you're like, okay, these guys would pay me if I brought them a tenant. So, it's fast money, because the name of the game with your system is fast money, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot more people need to know how to do a lease, period. But the people that think that they don't need to know how to do a lease, they're not going to buy my course anyway. So, but yeah, quick money is, I mean, there's a lot of struggling agents out there, especially right now with the rates up. People are still buying and selling. There's just not as much, or maybe they may think that there's not as much, but yeah, I've called landlords on Zillow before, and there's a reason they posted on Zillow. They don't want to pay an agent. So you could ask to use their property to market and get leads. Or you could ask a listing agent for a lease home on MLS and ask them to market their listing too. Because that one's paying commission.
Yeah, that's true. And then you're picking up the potential tenants that way.
Yeah. I don't like to talk about commissions, but we're not working for free. So we have bills to pay too.
So how many leases have you done, or how many leases can an agent expect to do if they're really hustling the system?
I don't see why they couldn't do 10 leases in my area. I mean, there's leases. It's usually about at least $2,000 a month. And then the standard commission is half that. So $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
If you did 10, that's $10,000.
Yeah.
If you really hustled, you could do it. And then guaranteed you'd find buyers in that process. I would be surprised if you didn't.
Exactly. I've turned like renters into buyers because they physically thought they just could not rent or could not buy. And I'm like, let's just see.
Yeah. If you're posting information,
because renting is through the fucking roof. So let's just give it a shot. I mean, let's just shoot our shot, especially if they're a veteran.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's just see. There's a ton of fucking grants out there, and let's just see what's out there for you. And so, I mean, then you're all of a sudden their hero. Or in 6 months to a year, you're still their hero because you turn back around if you're managing the database properly.
But if you look above and beyond that, posting on social media, getting yourself out there, whether you post that you're a leasing expert, whatever, people are just looking at you as a real estate expert. And if somebody needs to sell, they need to buy, they're going to call you. So you're marketing more of a audience than you realize just by doing that. So
I'm not trying to steal info that I could learn from your class, but how do you go about finding contacts for all these people, all the renters, or the possible people that want to lease? Maybe I wasn't paying attention, but what's a good way of reaching out to these people?
I mean, these people are hand raisers, so they want you to call them. But yeah, my number one way is ask the lease listing agents. Just give them a call and ask them, if you're too busy to take the leads that come in on your listing, may I have them?
Okay. Thank you.
Someone like me, I don't care which brokerage you're with. If somebody is hustling and they call and ask me, that just shows that they are trying to get their foot in the door and that they need help. And I'm going to hand them my leads all day long.
And then in my mind, Annie, I'm thinking like it's the standard way, old fashioned way. Well, not old fashioned, but when you think about it and you're posting your standard, like advertising anybody's listings on KV Core, and you're doing it in Facebook Marketplace or anything, and they're clicking on your shit and you're pulling it in and you're contacting them and you're just like, hey, I saw you were interested in this. Like, do you want to take a look at it? Blah, blah, blah. What's your info? You know, that type of thing.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah. And in that, and I go through this in my course too. In that conversation, you're kind of pre-qualifying them too. And you're finding out, I'm telling you what questions to ask. Because you want to open doors for more information. So, you know, like, are you going through a divorce? I don't really ask that, but you know, you got to ask about their credit. You got to ask about, you got to know what kind of pets, how many pets. I mean, and this is for most people. And what I've learned is, because I want to help everybody. And right now I'm going through a situation and these tenants came to me. They have 3 dogs. They're not aggressive. They have poor credit. They're self-employed. They make enough money, but their bank, I mean, on paper, they just don't look qualified. And I have applied for so many properties for them. And we have the intro letters. If some people just can't get out of their own way. And unfortunately, we can't help everybody, but almost everybody we can. And the intro letters definitely help, and the pre-qualification and everything. So I'm in Texas, so we use a standard application for most leases, for most landlords. And so I go ahead and have them fill that out right away. Just so, you know, when we do find a house, I have all their package together. I have their applications, I have their income documents, everything we need so I can apply at the house. But that's part of my way of pre-qualifying them too. So, yeah, I have a whole system down. You'll have to excuse me. I just had strep, and I can tell in my voice I'm just not 100% yet. Are you answering?
I can't tell at all.
Really? That's odd because.
No, not at all.
Okay, so what are you doing, Sandy? Are you answering people on social media?
No, I had somebody texting me about, like, did you receive all the documents from the offer last night? And can you send me blah, blah, blah from, like, of course, every million, 2 trillion people want to text me during WTF Wednesday. Like, I blast all over social media. I am hosting WTF Wednesday and 30,000 people want to text me at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time.
That's
like
the way
nobody can wait.
You're talented though. When I
You
do
guys, I am very busy. I am hosting WTF Wednesday. But it's like, please confirm receipt. Like, yes, I got the documents. You can see I opened them via dot loop. Okay. Like I got them. Okay. So, I was thinking about that this could be like your course would also be an awesome system for people that don't know shit about qualifying tenants for their own investment properties. Like they could do that in the future for like qualifying their future tenants for investment properties. Because I'm thinking about like you're starting off like a rookie agent maybe, and you need to make money fast, and that's great. But then eventually you could be a ball-in investor, and then how do you qualify your tenants for your like own investment properties, and like now how to like not get screwed over for that. I'm just saying, like, that's pretty cool too.
No, I'm just thinking that's a great video series. And Kate has the key. She's been doing some of that. And I'm
And then did you also hear her other hashtag is relocate? Isn't that awesome?
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah. Good for her.
I know.
I think it's amazing to be licensed. She's licensed in 3 states, but 2 of them are Indiana, Illinois.
Iowa,
Illinois, and then Florida.
Yep.
I love it.
So when you said that you, I want to know what got you into developing your lease-up system.
Oh, that's a good question.
So you talked about like that you ended up like making a lot of money from this, but what got you into deciding to develop the system and teach agents this?
Okay, so back in November, I don't know what led me to this. I think I've always had it, like I wanted to write a course because I was a new agent and I had a situation, I'm single mom, no family nearby, had bills to pay, and I made it happen. And then there's a lot of agents, well, 87% of new agents fail in their first 5 years and they get out of the business. So there's a problem that I wanted to solve. This is what you do. There's 4 modules. I wrote a course on that. I haven't recorded it yet, but all the course coaches and everything, they're like, grow your email list. So this was kind of my way of growing my email list. This is like a lead magnet, but it's also called a low ticket offer, but it's something that I know like really well. And so I wrote it down and recorded it. So now I just have to market. I just actually have to go market it now.
So how do you plan to go market it?
Well, when you have a low ticket offer, that normally it's kind of just like, if you're running ads, you're just kind of like, you're kind of just breaking even at that point. But I don't know. I need to get it out there. And thank goodness, like I kind of just to get really vulnerable, I just got really tired of everything. Like I'm constantly on the go, constantly like producing and everything. And I just kind of stopped. And I had to, this is kind of what I did in my off time for therapy. Like I enjoy it a lot more, but now I picked it back up, picked up my production again. And so I've been busy, but yeah, I need to just find a good balance and do it all.
Like they talk about the progression in real estate is to, you start off as a team member, then a single agent, then maybe a team leader. And then if you really want to be rich in real estate, you find something to sell other, realtors or whatever. And my thing is virtual assistants, and your thing is this course, so it's just like, it's interesting. Like, I just, I feel you. I fucking feel you on that. I feel you on, and then I hate when other people bullshit other people. So I really like your system. I think it's nice. You have something different to offer.
Yeah. And I keep having to remind myself, am I a top producer? No, but I did get through a very hard time in my life and built a business while doing that. And there's a lot more people out there that they're going through the same thing and they don't know what to do.
Mhm.
You know? So, and I didn't know exactly what to do either. I just kind of like was just throwing noodles at the wall to see what would
Yeah.
stick, and like, but okay, here's what I learned. Let me help you avoid all the trial and error and just tell you what to do. And it's, you know, everyone wants to believe that there's a secret sauce. So if you want to believe that there's a secret sauce, I'm giving you the secret sauce. This is a secret sauce. This is what you need to do to grow your business. But I really like, there's 100 ways to get there. And I want to help you. There's not an art to it, but if there was, I guess I'm like giving you the answer, the art of lead gen, you know, there's, you need to build up. There's 2 modules before I even get to the lead generation. And then I teach you how to lead generate. So I've been thinking about just like doing a class on lead generation just to, you know, sell the entire course.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any other questions for Sarah while we've got her?
None, but thank you so much. I really appreciate this.
Thank you. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not all about making money. I like, if you need help, reach out. I'm happy to share what I can.
Sarah and I have like had many years of collabing, you know, over Zoom. I've really enjoyed our time spent together. And so that's why I've enjoyed having you on this. So
thanks for having me on there.
Yeah, for sure. All right, guys. Well, this will wrap up this week's WTF Wednesday. Thanks to everybody who tuned in live. You can catch the replay on that Broker Girls YouTube channel. And thank you so much, Sarah, for your time. And where can we find your Lease-up webinar?
Well, there is a link, and we'll
make sure to have it in the YouTube comments. Okay. All right. Well,
we can post it on
everybody.
Instagram and everything too. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. We'll make sure to get that up every